Alright, very interesting dish today. We're doing an orzo pasta, but we're going to cook it in the style of risotto. So here's our pasta, which is called orzo, also known as melon seed pasta. That's the shape. And again, you got to check the site today because all the amounts are on there and explanations and so forth. But it's a semolina pasta, and this is a really, really nice dish. So the meat here, I got some chicken thighs, bone in, skin on. I got some linguiça sausage. That's actually made with chicken, but you can use the pork one if you want. Some peppers, some onion, and a secret spice mix. Now, secret spice mix, just go to the site, foodwishes.com, and I got all the amounts there for today's ingredients. Step one, we're going to brown our chicken thighs. So you know the drill. Hot Dutch oven. All right, you're going to brown them on both sides. And I got an email from someone. Stop showing us how to brown things on both sides. You're wasting time. So, okay, good idea. So you know how to brown things on both sides. So this took about, 7-8 minutes on medium-high heat. I got a nice brown color on those chicken thighs. Now in the pan, we're going to leave it on medium, and I'm going to add my sausage that I've just sliced in like 1-inch pieces, and my half onion that I just cubed up. And we're going to just saute that for, 2-3 minutes. And then we're going to do one of my favorite tricks, which I borrow from the Indian cuisine. We're going to take our spice and herb mixture, and we're going to saute it in the hot oil. All right. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your herbs and spices and just dump it right in. And with a wooden spoon or spatula, just give it a 2-3 minute saute. It really wakes up the flavor. It makes a big difference. Now, one of the secret spices in here is cumin, and that's a perfect example. It really tastes better if you wake it up in the hot oil a little bit. Okay? And then we're going to add back in our browned chicken thighs and a quart of chicken broth or chicken stock. All right? So this is actually a really easy dish, and yes, that makes 800 recipes in a row where I said this is an easy dish. It's true. So dump in your stock and your chicken. We're going to bring this up to a simmer, which it's not up to a simmer yet. Okay, and make sure everything's under the water. All right, bring it up to a simmer, and then turn the heat down to low, because we like to simmer gently, and then simmer on low for 30 minutes. And then we're going to do some fishing out. Okay, so we've got to do some separation here. The thighs are pretty much cooked through. We're going to take our spider. If you don't have one of these things I'm about to show you, see one of those? You got to use a slotted spoon, which takes like an hour. Get a spider. And we're going to fish out all the chicken, sausage, and onions, or whatever we can get. And then we're going to pour the stock into another bowl. So I'm going to have 3 things here. I'm going to have an empty Dutch oven. I'm going to have my chicken sausage mixture right there. I'm going to have my stock, which is just over a quart, ready to go for my risotto technique. And I'm going to have my empty Dutch oven. All right, let's get going with our risotto style orzo pasta. All right, a couple tablespoons of olive oil. You're going to add your diced pepper, your ½ pound of orzo pasta, and just like risotto, on medium heat, you're going to coat your orzo with that nice olive oil, and then a couple ladles at a time, we're going to take that hot stock, and we're going to pour it in, and we're going to cook it on medium heat until the stock is almost absorbed. So I'm going to start with 3 ladles. You can see how loose it is. So we're going to cook it on medium, and in about 5 minutes or so, see how it kind of absorbed the stock, but there's still a little there. See, if you let it go too far, get too dry, it might stick into the bottom, which we don't want. So that's just about right. So about 5 minutes of simmering. I'm going to add a couple more ladles of stock, and we're going to do the same drill until about 15 minutes or so later, we're done. Okay, so that was the second addition. And again, you got to play this by ear. I can't, give you exact instructions here. You're going to keep adding stock and cooking it on medium to medium-low until the stock's absorbed, and then you're going to add more stock until you think it might start, getting to be cooked. Which right about here, I started thinking, you know what? That stuff kind of looks like it's almost cooked. So I went with one more addition of stock. I cooked it for a couple minutes, and then I grabbed a spoon, and I started testing it. So again, I'm going to guess it's going to take between 15 and 20 minutes to get to the doneness you want. Some people like al dente, just like risotto. Some people like it crunchy. Some people like it really soft. All right, for me that was just about right, but it just still was a little bit undercooked. I think at that point it had been about 15 minutes for me. So I figured, hey, I'll go with one more addition of stock, and that should be about right. So I added one more couple splashes of stock here. I cooked it for another couple minutes, and then I was pretty confident it was cooked. But you know, you don't guess with this stuff. You take your spoon and you check it. Now also here I'm checking for salt. That stock was really flavorful, so I didn't need any salt here, but I tasted it and it was 95% cooked, just about right, which is exactly what I wanted. Because how I'm going to finish this dish, I'm going to take my chicken and sausage mixture, I'm going to turn off the heat, I'm going to add that to my 95% cooked orzo pasta, done risotto style. I'm going to give it a mix. Again, the heat I just turned off, and I'm going to cover it and just let it sit for 5 minutes. And I'm going to let that pasta just soak up the rest of that liquid. Alright, for 5 minutes. I'm just going to let it chill out. Well, not chill out, I'm going to cold it. It's an expression. So let it rest for 5 minutes covered. By the way, I do have a little bit of stock left over. So if it gets too dry when you uncover it here, add a little more stock. No problem. And you should be able to put this on a plate. You shouldn't need a bowl. Okay, it should actually be, soaked up enough stock to kind of sit like that. Little fresh parsley on top. Man, this was delicious. Really, really good. My favorite part, the Photoshop version, where I make the color better. Because that's what it really looks like when I look at it. See, I got a cheap camera. But anyway, really simple recipe. You can switch the sausage. You can put different meats in. Orzo pasta, very interesting. If you like risotto, you're going to like this. If you like pasta, you're going to like this. It's just a different method for cooking it. And again, I didn't boil it in water. I made it. I forced it to soak up all that delicious stock that was produced when we braised our chicken thighs and our sausage. So kind of a nice technique. And again, any fresh herb you want to throw on top there is going to be nice. But that's my orzo done risotto style. Check the website. You're going to have to check today because there was lots of ingredients in that secret herb spice mix, and you'll find them there. Enjoy.